Charlie's advice on that. But Miss Karen Dumas, I have a couple answers for you, and here we go. Here is her argument.
Uterus. Roe v. Wade struck down today. Your take?
Well, it's disappointing, Charlie. It now becomes a massive political hot potato as it falls in the laps of the states. But people have to remember that federal law takes precedent over state law. And now every time we shift leadership in every state, it's going to be an issue. The interesting thing is that the Supreme Court ruled yesterday that states were not capable of deciding whether or not, in terms of gun and their ability to carry a gun and those laws. But yet today they said, oh, sure, but you can make that decision about a woman's right to choose. I think it's unfortunate.
It's an interesting parallel, Karen. It really is.
Okay, it's actually not really an interesting parallel, and here's why. Abortion is not mentioned anywhere in the Constitution. Guns are. And it's not federal law that overrides state law. We know that because many states have made marijuana legal, and federally it's still illegal. So no, federal law does not override state law, and no, it is not a good comparison because, as I said, abortion is not mentioned in the Constitution. Guns are. You cannot restrict a person's right to own a firearm. It's right there in black and white. Congress shall make no law I think it's abridging the right to, or the rights of the people to keep and bear arms. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Just got out of work. My brain doesn't always work the best after work. So it's right there in black and white. The Second Amendment. You can go read it. I may have not quoted it exactly perfectly, but I got it pretty darn close. So, Karen, no, it's not disappointing. The states now can choose whether or not they want to allow women to kill their children. Okay? And states also cannot take away a right that is guaranteed by the federal government in the Constitution. That is what the Supreme Court does, is they decide whether or not a law is constitutional. No, you cannot say that states cannot make laws against abortion because those are people. They are little people inside of the womb. They have a right to life. And the Supreme Court has no responsibility, according to the Constitution, to protect the women's right to an abortion because there is none. The Supreme Court does, however, have a responsibility to protect all citizens' rights to keep and bear arms. Okay, that's the difference between a constitutional argument and an unconstitutional argument. One is in the Constitution, the other is not. So